Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Elderwood is right around the corner and I thought it would be a great time to share some things that I think would help you prepare for Elderwood's launch on May 13th. Now this video is going to have some advice for new players and our veteran players as well, so be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video. If you do enjoy the video, please remember to like and comment and also consider subscribing to the channel as well. Now the first thing that I want to say is that if you are thinking about playing Palia for the first time when Elderwood launches and you're on PC, I would highly recommend jumping on now rather than waiting for Elderwood to drop. As I'll explain in this video, there's a ton of stuff that you can do before Elderwood launches, so if you're already thinking about trying out the game, do not wait for Elderwood, get on now and get prepared. Now let's get into the tips and tricks that will help you best prepare for Elderwood's launch on May 13th. So the first thing I would suggest is to try and complete at least the main story quests that are currently available. Now I'm not saying go and do every single quest in the game, there's a lot of side quests and villager quests, but the most important thing is to make sure that you finish the main story quest. So that's the one that has like this big flag. It's pretty obvious which one's the main quest. When Elderwood launches, we will be getting a whole new story quest to uncover, and it's very likely that you won't be able to engage with the story until you are up to date, so this is a very important one. Now when completing the main story, you'll also be completing these bundles, and I know that these can take quite a bit of time to complete and you're totally free to do this at your own pace. It's unlikely that you'll need to have completed all these bundles in order to do the new quests in Elderwood, so don't worry about rushing through these, just focus on getting through that main story quest and you should be good. Now the next tip is to make sure that your tools are at the max tier. So with Elderwood, we are going to be getting a whole lot of new resources, and having the highest tier tools is going to make acquiring them a whole lot easier. These resources will likely be used for crafting new furniture items and decors. So from bug catching to fishing and foraging, making sure that your tools are upgraded to the highest tier possible is going to be a huge time saver when Elderwood launches. Now, since there is going to be a ton of new resources and items to collect in Elderwood, it would be a great idea to make sure that you have fully upgraded your backpack and ammo pouch before Elderwood launches. You can do this by going to Zeki's store, and there are two different tables that you can purchase upgrades to the backpack and the ammo pouch. This is going to make exploring much more enjoyable, as you won't have to head home as often to empty out your inventory or to grab more arrows or bug bombs. This does cost a bit of money, but it is definitely a worthwhile investment. Now that we have our larger backpack space, my next tip is to stockpile supplies for Elderwood, such as ammunition and consumables that are going to help with exploration. So for ammunition, it would be great to craft arrows and bug bombs ahead of time, so you don't have to worry about getting resources for those once Elderwood launches. With a ton of new bugs and huntables, you're going to go through your arrows and bombs pretty quickly, so it would be great to just have a stockpile of those ready to go. We're also going to be getting a lot of new fish, so stockpiling some regular worms and glowworms ahead of time is going to be a huge time saver, as these can take quite a while to craft. Now you do want to make sure you've got both the regular worms and the glowworms, because we're going to get a variety of new fish, so you want to make sure that you're going to be able to catch whatever it is that you need. It's also probably going to be pretty useful to stockpile some consumables as well, such as the hunting horn, the buzzy jar and the dowsing rod. Now some of these items do cost a little bit more in resources to craft, so stocking up on these before Elderwood launches is going to save you a ton of time down the road, and it's just going to make exploration that a little bit easier. If you are a newer player, you don't really need to worry about this, as you probably won't have all the resources to craft these things, but for our veteran players who maybe want a little bit more to do before Elderwood comes out, this would be a great thing to prep. Now my next tip is to make sure you've prepared some focus foods. So with so much exploration, you're going to be going through your focus bar really quickly, and honestly, I'm a slacker when it comes to focus, so it might be handy to have some food stockpiled ahead of time. Now you can go with whatever focus food you prefer. Personally, I like to make chili oil dumplings, but I know some others that simply like to eat their preserves, as these can be stored in the preserve bins when not needed. You might like to join some cooking parties and make some food with friends ahead of Elderwood, but whatever focus food you prefer, stockpiling is going to be a great way to prepare for Elderwood. And if you're running out of storage space, remember that you can always place starred foods on your plot and pick them back up later so they're not taking up storage space. Now, my next tip is to save as much money as you can. This is one I'm going to be very focused on, as I haven't really been playing the game as often lately, so I don't have much money saved. In fact, right now I am completely broke. So we don't know exactly how many new purchasable items there will be when Elderwood launches, but it's safe to say there will definitely be some, and having some money saved up to buy resources or blueprints of items is going to be a huge win. Personally, I decided that I want to make a whole new house plot when Elderwood launches, so I saved up a bit of money and then purchased a new plot, and now I'm basically just saving all my money up for that for when Elderwood launches. Tip number 7, make some space in your storage. Now, as someone who has almost always got a full storage, this is going to be a tough one, but I think it's going to be a really important one as well. Since we are going to be getting many new resources with Elderwood, we're inevitably going to need somewhere to put it all. So if you see some stuff in your storage that you've been holding onto for a while but maybe haven't used, I would consider selling it. If you know there are some furniture pieces you want to craft, you could always craft them now ahead of time, as decor storage is unlimited, so this will free up a bit of space for you. I personally have a massive amount of flowers in my storage, so I am thinking about making a storage plot where I just place all of my flowers down in an organized way so they're not taking up space in my storage anymore. But yeah, that would be a big win if you could clear up a little bit of storage space. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to micromanage it whilst collecting all these new things, so it'd be easier if you just already have some space free. Tip number 8 is to prepare a plot if you want to. As I mentioned earlier, I'm planning to make a whole new housing plot when Elderwood launches, so I have a fresh plot here ready to go. I'm going to pre-build some rooms and such so I can just get stuck into decorating when I get all the new Elderwood furniture and decor items. Lucky for me, I was able to purchase a fresh plot, but I know some people have reached the limit of plots, so if that's you, you might need to either completely clear out an old plot or make some space for some new items. Either way, doing this ahead of time is going to mean you can start using your new decor items sooner rather than later. Tip number 9 is to prepare items for new furniture. Now, we will be getting some new resources from Elderwood, which will likely be used to craft new furniture and decor pieces. However, we can still stockpile some items ahead of time. The main things I would recommend to make now is things like glass and the bulbs, because these take quite a long time to make and they will definitely be used in some of the new decoration items. You might also want to prepare some things like fabric and silk and possibly stone bricks ahead of time too, as these can take time to craft and are almost always useful. Just doing little things like this can save you a lot of time when Elderwood launches. Now, the last tip that I would suggest is to save up some of your guild medals and lucky coins. It's not confirmed if we'll be getting any new items in the guild stores or Zeki's Lucky Machine, but it wouldn't hurt to stock up on these just in case they do add some new items. So make sure that you visit Zeki's shop every day, and that's every day in real time, and just purchase something from the store here and then you'll get a lucky coin. And make sure that you're doing your weekly so that you can stock up on the guild medals as well. That way you can get any items sooner. So there's 10 tips on how you can prepare for Elderwood's launch on May 13th. If you have any suggestions or ideas on other ways to prepare, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. I'm so excited for this update and I just can't wait to explore a brand new area. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you found this video helpful and I will see you all in the next video. Take care everyone. Bye.